Hi, folks. I'm Father Joe Grimaldi. You can call me Joe, and I'd like to welcome you to my podcast. But now, here's our host and friend, Ken Calvert.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Father Joe Grimaldi podcast. I'm Ken Calvert alongside my good friend, Father Joe Grimaldi. My good friends, Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer has signed an executive order that has reopened Starr Lincoln's auto dealership. However, each customer is permitted into the showroom by appointment only. Starr Lincoln is 100% compliant with every CDC guideline, and we sanitize our facility on a non-stop basis. Simply call 248-354-4900 and make an appointment to meet with one of Starr's sales professionals or shop Starr Express by going to www.starlincoln.com. Check out the incredible lineup of Lincoln vehicles: the Navigator, the Corsair, the Nautilus, Aviator, MKZ, and the Continental. You can essentially lease or buy your next Lincoln totally online. Our Starr Lincoln service is by appointment only and is open from 8 until 5. Our new Lincoln vehicle showroom is now open by appointment only from 9 until 5. Yes, your sanctuary awaits. Go to starlincoln.com. That's starlincoln.com. Well, my dear friend, Father Joe Grimaldi, I have a question for you. So many questions and never enough time. But, I spend time thinking about things, but I got up this morning and given all of the events of the past, let's say 4 months, all of the things going on right now, in and around the United States of America and across the world, I've never seen things this crazy in my life, but I'm starting to think I should treat every day as my last day on the planet Earth. I mean, is that fatalistic, or should I treat every day as if it's my last day?
Well, no, it depends on how we interpret, what we say. Treat it as my last day is not a bad idea because we're going to be more sensitive to every aspect of the day. Now, if you look at it in a very negative way, of course, it seems to be a little bit dark. But by the same token, you could look at it as, I want to take this seriously, so I look at it as if it is my last day, as if I'm going to meet the Lord at any given time.
Politically, I've never seen a country so charged in my life. All of a sudden, the mask has taken on a life of its own.
Yes.
It's dividing us. In other words, some will not wear a mask because they happen to think their political belief is that if he doesn't, then I won't. That's got to be within the mix of what's going on in the Catholic Church. And what happens if you get one of those persons that says, I'm not wearing a mask, I don't have to?
They're going to be refused.
Okay. Simply put, you will be refused.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
I don't think that's going to be so hard to do.
No, I don't either, but I just wanted to throw it out there because it was something that I thought we needed to talk about, and I wanted to get your take on it because it's upsetting a lot of people, including me, that it just doesn't seem to be slowing down. Rather, it's accelerating, and it's making a lot of people angry. And the last thing we need right now is an additional division in the ranks when trying to fight something like the coronavirus. With where we are politically in not only our churches, but in the United States, it seems to be really, really a ramped up, angry country right now.
Yeah, because there's still a number of people that, how should I put it? Maybe some people in the administration allow for this kind of a reaction, but you have some people that are very strong on what you just said. I am not wearing a mask, no matter what happens. And then, on the other hand, you say, well, you have to be a fool if you don't wear a mask. Obviously, the scientists, the doctors have all agreed on that. As a matter of fact, they have backed off a little bit on wearing gloves. They backed off a little bit on even getting together. But by the same token, nobody's backed off as far as the scientists are concerned, the doctors are concerned. As far as I know, nobody is backed off on that. Everybody in those fields say we should be wearing masks. Masks do work. As a matter of fact, they feel that they have proof for that. And so to me, it would seem that we should be wearing masks. I don't know too many people that go against that. I've seen it on the news.
Right.
I've seen it where people have rebelled to the point of fighting, even in stores and things of this sort. Well, I mean, if that's the biggest thing you have to handle is the mask, I think that's not,
Yeah.
that to me is silly, you know? But then again, people take anything and make it into cause célèbre, as they say, and make
Yeah.
it the most important thing in the world.
Yeah. Yeah. And here's another thing, just to throw this in. I'm not unlike you, I guess. I'm older than 60. I suppose I qualify for being in that compromised demographic in terms of various health maladies, none of which are serious or life-threatening. But if I have, and I've had several back surgeries, and I've had a couple of stents, if I were to go into a surgery suite and look up at the doctors preparing me for a catheter, and none of them were wearing masks, I would have real concerns about what was going to happen to me during that procedure. Ergo, I don't get this, how did you say it, cause de célèbre?
Which is cause célèbre as a very important event.
All right, so cause célèbre, if you will.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you be concerned if you looked up at a doctor and
What makes you say that? Are there doctors not using masks?
No,
And maybe they're not. I don't know.
no. I am talking about the people that push back on wearing a mask. I would like for those people to be rolled into a surgery suite. This is
okay.
Okay, let's imagine. Let's imagine, if you will, that people that are against wearing a mask in public, thinking I'm not going to get it. Well, that's not the problem here, Mr. Non-mask wearer or Ms. Non-mask wearer. I'm protecting me from you and you from me and vice versa. Any way you want to slice it, the mask does its job. If you don't want to wear a mask, fine. But then when you go into the surgery suite to have a cath, you see, I'm a doctor. And when you come into my catheter lab, I think because you won't wear a mask in public because you don't think it's cool and you don't think it's necessary, do you mind if I don't wear a mask while I do this heart procedure on you? Do you mind? Okay, are we good here with that? I'm not going to wear a mask. I'm not going to wear any gloves, and I'm not going to wear any PPE. I'm just going to do the procedure. I would like to see what that person has to say then about wearing a mask.
I would agree with you. I don't know what the person would say because right now, people that are against wearing masks seem to be okay with others who do not wear a mask. If you look at the pictures of the people involved in those big crowded parties on the beaches, even in halls and bars where things are beginning to loosen up a little bit, well, it's amazing to me to see that so many people can be without masks all around themselves and not be worried about it. And they themselves, of course, don't have the mask. So after all we've been shown, particularly when they show you graphically how the virus moves from one person to another so quickly, they showed that video where a person is the only one affected, as it were, and around that person at the table are 4 or 5 other people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the mere fact that you're passing food around from your hand to that bowl where the food is, it's already been moved there. You pick up a pitcher, it's at the handle of the pitcher. The dishes moved, and for one reason or another, it's there too. So what I'm saying is when we see graphic and visual type examples of what it means for that virus to move, well, I'd be thinking twice not to wear a mask.
Yeah, well, like again, it's just being stubborn and it's being one-sided and it's foolish. I have no interest in going into a political divide here whatsoever. I'm just saying that of all the things I thought I'd never see, it would be using a mask for something to make a point. I mean, and I'm wondering, if I were a Catholic priest, I would take that to the altar and I would talk about it. I would. I don't know if that would be against the rules or not,
Not against the rules. I mean, and the idea that if you're preaching to the fact that the thing that is uppermost in our religion is our love of brothers and sisters. And if we truly believe that, we don't want to put them in any danger whatsoever. And if we believe and act of what we've seen on TV, what we've heard on the radio, what we've read in the papers, it's important to wear that mask. And we don't do it for some reason or another. We are not being sensitive to the needs of others and to the health of others.
Well, that's exactly how I would frame it. But I just, I don't know. You know, there's an old saying in radio, and that is, in order to have a compelling conversation with your audience, you always want to be talking about what the people are talking about at the water cooler. Therefore, the name, the water cooler chat.
Which you have to avoid, by the way.
Wow. Good job. That was tremendous. Well played and touche, my friend. Well said.
I couldn't resist.
Anyway, okay, the water cooler chat. You know, you want to be talking about what people are out there talking about. That was
I understand
that was
that.
radio's mission, especially in the morning with the breaking news. But I don't know why, and maybe people will write me, you know, here come the haters, as they say in social media. Maybe people will take a shot at me, but I'm just saying that I think it's foolish to use a mask for something as foolish as making a political statement. I'm just talking about common sense.
Now, fortunately, and I don't know, I haven't studied the whole situation that carefully, but fortunately, it's a small group of people that are thinking that way. Most people don't think about it. I don't think people are making a statement when they're with their friends. They feel, well, these are my friends. We're going to be safe. I don't need to wear a mask. And so we could just talk and joke and laugh. Now, that's not a good way of thinking. As you say, you might use the word foolish or whatever, but it's not a good thing. It's not a good way of thinking. But by the same token, I don't think most people, I hope not, most people use that mask knowingly that it's going to make that political difference. I think most people just don't think about it, unfortunately. They should be, despite the fact it's interesting. We've had so many people tell us what it's about, and yet we forget when we're with our friends, when we're with other people like that. And so I don't know.
Well, there are so many things in the soup right now that we've added way too much to it. There's such a thing as ruining your chili by trying way too hard to add too many ingredients. The next thing you know, it's non-edible.
Sure.
You overdid it with this or you overdid it with that. We tend to be piling on right now with all of the politics involved in our just getting and wanting to stay healthy. And again, we always pray for, first and foremost, our friends who are ill right now and those that have passed away. And we also pray for those who are healthy and doing well, and we hope that that continues to be the way. And with that said, do you have a little prayer for us we can say at this point, Father Joe Grimaldi?
I'd be happy to. I think one of the things that's occurring at this time as we approach opening up, if you want, the world to the public, I think we need to practice patience. Patience is very important. And so my prayer today is that we ask the Lord, let him carry me through the crises. Lord, I can't move. I can't sit still or stand. I can't breathe. I think I'm dying. Everything's falling apart inside me and around me. I don't know what to do. Please wrap your arms around me and don't ever let go. Slow my racing heart. Clear my spinning head. Calm my frantic lungs. I need your patience to breathe through this moment and make it to the next. Thank you for being a God of the moment, a God who cares, a God able to guard my heart and mind. God bless you all. Amen. This is Father Joe Grimaldi, and I look forward to seeing you next time on the Father Joe Podcast.
We'd like to remind you to share the Father Joe podcast with your friends. You can reach Father Joe at frjoepodcast@gmail.com, and you can find us on Facebook or say, "Alexa, play the Father Joe podcast." We look forward to seeing you next time.